Tyler, you want to get us into my home hero?
Yeah. So this for my home hero, we actually watched episode 2 and 3 since we started a little bit behind on last podcast episode, but
Whoops.
we we get to see the aftermath of the murder and if the henchman did find the body or not. Plus, we also see the yakuza gets impatient and starts making moves. So with this, like we was kind of worried that the henchman was gonna find a body when at the end of the last episode, and we start off this episode. It shows he just walked in there and found Tetsuo leaning away, and they did apparently they didn't find the body. Was y'all surprised about that?
I was
Oh,
extremely surprised, honestly. And he didn't find Tetsu, he found Suzuki.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was
Oh,
a funny ass lie.
I was laughing last week because I accidentally didn't notice that because it didn't start playing the intro right away, and I
Mhm.
looked down at my phone after during the credits and looked up and I saw that scene. I was like, oh shoot, that's awkward. That's why you guys were like, they found the body. I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe not. Who knows?
He looked really surprised for finding a cleaner though. Like his eyes were popping out of his fucking head.
wait a minute. So that was actually Suzuki? I didn't catch that, bro.
No,
I thought that was Tetsuo.
it was Tetsuo in disguise, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, so he made up the character of Suzuki.
see,
On the fly.
I thought so.
Yeah,
But
but
That's why he had a mask on. He was trying to be all sneaky and not
yeah,
look
he
like
had the
himself.
hairnet and the mask on.
Oh.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at covering their faces in this show.
See, I thought it was Tetsuo, and then Bass and y'all just made me believe it was Suzuki. Y'all throwing me for loops over here.
Same person, dog. Same person.
Oh shit.
Love
But
it.
yeah. So I was surprised too. Like I said, you would think that he would be able to smell the blood, that just of the murder that just happened, freshly murdered body,
I
you
don't think
know.
you understand how powerful the smell of bleach is.
I was about to say that exactly.
That place just had to smell like cleaning chemicals, which if you clean up blood with bleach, there's no blood
It's a
smell.
wrap.
It is.
Yeah, the
It
iron's
is
gone.
it is just full on caustic fumes. So that's all you could smell,
True. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't think about the bleach part.
Yeah, the Clorox in there going crazy.
Yeah. I know how that be. I used to use bleach a lot at work, so
As long as you don't mix it with what's it called, you're fine. I can't remember
yeah.
the other cleaning solution you don't mix it with.
Ammonia.
Yeah, make
That's
some
important to
mustard,
know,
yeah.
Dan. You should know that. That's
man.
very important, bro.
My wife is on the all natural cleaning supplies kick, so I don't got any of that stuff in my house.
Oh, okay.
It's all lemongrass and
I'll
good
get you some
stuff.
Clorox. No worries. So after finding Suzuki, the Yakuza get really, really suspicious of the main family here, the Tusos, or whatever they're called. And they start parking their car outside of the house. And a lot of interesting things happen. They're following them to the supermarket, and all during this entire time, Tetsuo is trying to get rid of the body in a very, very interesting way.
This man has read so many detective and true crime novels. He's got it down to a science, man. It's crazy. He decides to go to basically a Home Depot and get it's basically a chemical that will increase the ability to compost. And he's like,
Yeah,
oh,
like a compost chemical. Yeah, you can use those. Yeah.
And he's like, this will leak through flesh in no time, and I'll just crush the bones and sprinkle them on. I'm like, holy shit, this guy knows what he's doing, dude.
Right. And he's actually so good at this. He finds the voice monitors in the house, and at one point his wife, Kaisen, is like, yo, is this your first murder, bro? That would have had me fucked up. My wife asking me that.
I laughed really hard at that part.
Is this your first murder? It's
Yeah,
bro, are you crazy?
You been here before? Is this serial? Are you a serial murderer?
He was definitely acting like he should not know all this stuff.
He got too much time on his hands, bro. He be listening to too much shit. He
He's
has
just on
to.
the true crime podcast. I just love how he's like, I've listened to hundreds of years of stuff on this. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm not a killer.
And
You
I
just
don't
never met my first family.
I just wouldn't believe that if I was his wife. Like if you know got all the answers and shit, like you're not even worried. It doesn't even seem like he's worried like half the time. It's nuts.
But I just thought it was crazy when they followed him to the superstore that he purposely brought the suitcase that he transported the body in, filled it up with clothes, and made it so like there was a piece of clothes hanging out of it to know that if they broke into his car or not. Like he is thinking of everything, and I'm just incredibly impressed with old boy Tetsuo here.
Yeah, this dude's smart. I mean, that's the only thing he's got working for him.
Yeah,
Him being smart.
not very
So,
strong, not prone to violence. He's
he's
just
old.
IQ 150.
Dude, if they make it through this ordeal, Karen is gonna have a killer book on her hands. Let me tell you, she's gonna have to break a pen name out for that one though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But towards the end of this episode, they find like Bass mentioned before, they find the bugs. They actually go on a story about a stalker or whatever. They kind of made them believe that there was a stalker stalking their daughter uh through the college and stuff. Um and do you think that's actually true after seeing what we've seen, Bass? Dan?
I don't necessarily think so because they had that list of questions and answers that they made up. I think Suzuki's completely fake. I think they're gonna have to hire a PI now to figure this thing to work with the Yakuza. But yeah, I think they made that up and they were just prepared with it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I thought that was 100% fabricated, but it was so well done. The
Yeah.
fact that they so basically they're like going through this little spiel when they find the second listening device in their daughter's room, and they like come up with this whole elaborate story about how she has a stalker from college. Like they haven't seen the boyfriend in days. Rika hasn't, and they're like, "Do you think the stalker got him?" Oh my god, imagine that!
and it was
And
very detailed. Like they had like a timeline and everything.
it was top notch. These guys terrifyingly know what they're doing on the
Yes,
high beef.
Tetsuo is low key a genius. And going back to him, like figuring out how to hide the body and decompose it before it even leaves Rika's apartment, he fucking cooks it in the bathtub, bro. Going nuts. And he figures like, oh, at this high temperature, it's gonna melt the fiberglass bathtub. And he
Yeah.
makes like heat shielding out of cardboard and aluminum foil, which I think would actually work because aluminum foil is a great conductor. Um, well, insulator, excuse me,
Yeah.
for heat. And it's like, bro, what are you on right now? He's like, I can cook this much water out of the body, and then I'll put it in a suitcase. I'm like, dude was scaring me, and I don't even live with him.
Well, it's crazy because I bought a rotisserie chicken yesterday, and I threw like the bones in water to make some chicken stock. And like I'm doing this and I'm watching the bones just kind of shrink up and all the meat fall off, and I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly what he did. And I'm just trying to make a tasty little chicken stock. And he did the exact same thing to basically melt down a body. Which is
Human
fucking
stock?
nuts.
Human stock?
He
Question mark?
basically made human stock,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
and like
did.
dead
He
ass
really
though.
did.
Like holy shit, man.
Yeah,
Can
because
you
it breaks down the
imagine?
cartilage and everything. Yeah.
Can you imagine like trying to put all that shit in a suitcase though
I
and take
can't
it out of there?
I can't even imagine the smell, dude. Like
It had to smell rancid, bro. Is
Do
there
you
enough
think
bleach in the
so?
world for that? God damn.
I mean, the smell of like human flesh burning is terrible, so I can't imagine the smell of like
But it's cooking, I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't.
technically it would smell like, meat cooking,
It definitely
basically.
would not smell like chicken, that's for sure.
So, I make my own like bone broth and stuff at my apartment, and it even smells bad when you're making that stuff, and you have like spices and stuff in it. I couldn't imagine a human body.
No, I can't either.
And she lives like in an apartment and stuff. So it's just crazy how that nobody like got suspicious, I guess you can say.
He had that bathroom fan turned up to 11, dude, to get that out of there. 14 candles going. Just crazy, man.
Yeah, but Yeah, when Kaizen actually asked Tetsuo about it being his first body, which it's up for debate at this point. He's doing too well. Um, it's he starts talking about how guilty he feels over it. And I was not I was glad he said that because I was questioning his morals too. He was kind of doing a lot of this stuff with a straight face. Like, did you guys think that was important for the writers to put that in?
Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, like he broke down at that point, but I think he was just remaining calm, cool, and collected because he needed to. Like
Very
he's on a
true.
massive time crunch here, and if he doesn't pull this off, well, his whole family is bye bye.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Amazing what
mean,
Tetsu can do when the pressure's on.
but speaking of like time crunch and stuff, um, we can go to the next episode if you want to. And we actually see uh Tetsuo and his wife. They they get kidnapped, bro. You
Yeah, it
know.
was crazy. I thought they were trying to kill Kaisen because they had plastic wrap over her fucking face. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
how is she breathing? And it was they kept her there for a while like that. They were just like on top of her, pulling that plastic wrap over her face. And I'm like, realistically, somebody would be dead in like 30, 45 seconds.
But they had his face covered too with like saran wrap too. Did you see that?
I thought it was like more like I thought it was like a
A
bag.
bag. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
it was a
I,
bag for him.
either way, like he should be like it was pretty tight, you know. I was kind of confused on how they was able to like talk and breathe and stuff
Little burlap
as they
sack,
did.
bro. Little
Yeah,
burlap
burlap.
sack.
You got airflow through that bad boy. Not plastic though. Like the plastic almost reminded me of our boy from Revenger with the gold foil.
Yo,
I
I thought
was
they were about to
Oh.
body her quick.
I was waiting for somebody to pull off their clothes and have a giant helmet or a giant Mother Mary tattoo on their back, dude.
Repent.
But yeah,
But
after
yeah,
they kidnap, well, not it's not really, well, they kidnapped Tetsuo. They just had Kaizen laying on her living room floor, which must be terrifying. It would be hard to live there after that. But they take Tetsuo to a freaking warehouse and they made him walk the plank, which I thought was fucking hilarious. So he's standing, they make him stand up and walk out there, and he's like, "Oh, this thing is like swaying. I got a little breeze on me." He thought he was hanging over like a skyscraper.
I did
Um,
too.
yeah, because I mean that's what it was pictured as. I didn't know
Yeah.
that they were actually like looking at his interpretation of it until it zoomed out and he was just on top of like a crane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they had him tied up. They pushed him down, and he was hanging pretty close to the floor. And my man started lying his ass off, impressive like. That's when they come up with the story about the stalker. And in the end, it was really cool. Tetsuo agreed to help the Yakuza find the killer of Nabuto.
Yeah.
How do you think he's gonna fucking pull that off?
Well, the only thing that I can think is, you know, I guess it's best to be right there with them because he can give them, bullshit information to keep them away from his family. That's the only thing I can think of because he's not gonna tell them the truth, so he's gonna have to find ways to make them believe other things that uh that's not true. Basically.
Yeah, and they actually went through his phone and were like, show us where you've been messaging this PI, and he shows them the email or the contact. They find the contact, and they're like, oh, it's real. But he put it in there beforehand. Another
Yeah.
big brain play, and then he makes up a incredible lie about them wanting to be anonymous and it being very low key, and it ends up
And
working out.
I think there was like in the contract we're supposed to delete all the messages after we send them, blah blah blah.
Yep,
It was
yep,
pretty
yep.
wild. I'm actually surprised that his wife is able to keep up with this high like big of a plan, when she's not used to doing this type of stuff. And
That's true.
he is.
Well, I wouldn't say he's used to it. I mean, he's just kind of rolling off what he's read in books. But you got to remember, she's an author. Like, I don't remember if they go into what kind of book she writes.
I don't
Oh,
think
is she an
so.
author?
But yeah, she's an
Okay.
author. So like, her
So
craft
that
is
makes more sense.
her
Yeah.
craft is fabricating stories. So like, I mean, this is the dream team right here working together. You know?
It
Okay.
really is. And she actually notices something. They had the clear plastic wrapper over her face, and she's looking around, figuring things out. And I think she actually clutches this whole episode. Um, she notices the henchmen that have her held down keep checking their watches. And she's like, "Well, they must not have much time." So, so acts like she's going delirious, stops answering their questions, just like pleading with them about random bullshit for a few minutes. And
Praying for them and shit.
yeah, you want me to pray for you? I don't know what happened. And it's just kind of nuts.
Yeah, and then they was kind of in a hurry, and they was actually talking to I forget his name. Was it Key? I don't even know
Kubo?
how to say that. No, it was the Kiyuchi. Kiyuchi,
Yeah, we'll go
is
with
that
that.
right?
That's good enough for me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Well, anyways, the dude with the mask on, it's at the at Tetsuo's place right now. Torturing him basically, and they was telling him like, we only got so much time. If we was seen, the cops should be closing in right now, so we cannot stay any longer. Basically, so which
Yeah,
was
and she
pretty
and she notices
interesting.
that while she's getting
Yeah.
choked the fuck out. It was pretty amazing. And there was something interesting that came up. Um, Kaizen actually noticed that she was like, they're an organization, but they're not a monolith, meaning that they have factions inside of their own organization. So like Kubo was following the direct orders of Nabuto's dad, Matori, and he didn't want them to go rush them down and go kidnap them or anything. So Kyochi, whatever we're gonna call him, that's what we're calling him now, um, was like, no, I'm gonna go over there and figure this shit out. I'm doing this. I'm getting it done with. And he kind of Kubo after a while was like, hey, what are y'all doing? And that is also a reason they had to leave. And I'm wondering, like, things are starting to work in Tetsuo's favor a little bit. And you think he's going to be able to exploit that going forward? That they're not like a monolith, as Kaisen said.
I mean, for his sake, I hope so. I mean, they did this time because Kyoichi or whatever his name is, he basically told Tetsuo that he was gonna have to kill him and his wife and his family, even if they was innocent or not, just because to cover up all the loose ends. He said. So it was surprising that that didn't happen. They got let loose because of I guess, the miscommunications between the factions. Uh, but it was kind of interesting, and it did work in their favor this time. I would hope so. We don't know yet. We don't know what the plan is with
Yeah, I
Tetsuo.
think I think they're going to exploit that big time going
Yeah.
forward.
That's
Because they just didn't know much about the Yakuza at all. But now they know, oh, there's people that are kind of playing against each other, like Kubo and Kyochi don't seem like they like each other too much. Kyochi doesn't like following orders, even though it looks like he's subordinate to Kubo. So that's something to watch, I think. But
that's
it's
a
cool how this destory is developing, man. There's a lot going on.
definitely, man. That's a really good way to get yourself taken out of the Yakuza really quick is to not follow orders. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Yes, sir.